Good morning. Welcome to Clinical Affairs. Today I want to go over with students how to log into Akiso and put in your clinical placement requests. This is Dr. Tracy Taylor. I'm the Assistant Dean for Clinical Affairs, and I'm going to be walking you through this process. I'm going to go ahead and log in as a student, and I'm going to show you what you would see here. So right now, you can see I've put in a lot of interesting things here, just playing with it, but we can ignore this for now. I want to talk to you about creating a new clinical placement request and what this is for. This semester, this coming up spring 2019 semester, is kind of a transition semester, so it's not going to be used the way that it will be used in the future completely at this time. For this semester, I want to go ahead and talk to you about how we will use this. So what you're seeing right now is your dashboard. This is what your dashboard will look like. These would be requests that you've already entered. Again, like I just said, we're going to ignore this for right now. But you can see under the student section, you have the dashboard, my profile, which you should have already uploaded, and new clinical placement request. You can actually click this button, or under your dashboard, which is right here, you can click this button. It does the exact same thing. So we're going to click this one, and you will see here a new clinical placement request. The things that you have to do here are choose your term. You have to choose a start date and a start date and an end date. So we will go ahead and I'm just going to choose some random dates here. Now, please understand that you cannot choose dates that are outside of this. So meaning if it is you're choosing a start date and an end date for a term, it must be consistent with this. It can't be outside of that term is what I'm trying to say. Make sure you choose the course that it is associated with. So we're going to go here and let's see, I'm going to do this. You should see your course in here and also your section number. If for some reason you don't, you need to let your faculty know. Then location name. This is the name of the hospital, clinic, whatever, not the affiliation. Okay, I don't want you to think about that. I want you to think about the name of the clinic, whatever it is. Put that here. Put the actual address of whatever it is here. And then the city, wherever it is, and a state, and a zip code, and then the facility contact name. So this is the person at the facility, not the preceptor, but the person at the facility who is on your LON or your 2-page who you have said is the person to contact. That is that other agency official. That's this person. And then their phone number and their email. And then this is where you will put your preceptor's name. So this is the preceptor, the other person that is on your LON or 2-page, and your preceptor's credentials. So here it will be MD, DO, AGACNP, FNP, whatever it might be, that goes there. Preceptor license number will go here, and then the license expiration number will go here. Now, there are a couple of, expiration date, not expiration number. There are a couple of cases where the preceptor's license, and you see here, I did this on purpose because you'll see here the preceptor's license will expire during your desired clinical placement. So, this just lets you know that we know this, and if it expires before your clinical is done, you may not go to clinical with that person without submitting a new, or a renewed license for that person. So I'm going to take that off so it doesn't show up. The next thing that you need to have here is any additional information. So here's where you would go in and state, must contact Alfred for scheduling, or this, Bruce Wayne actually works at Gotham General but is contracted through, Penguin Industrial Services. So something like that. That's where this information would go. And that way we know in clinical affairs how we have to process this. The next thing that you will do here is you're going to take the documents that you already have. So these are probably already approved sitting over in Sakai. But you're going to take these documents and you're going to upload them. And I'm going to tell you what I want here. The first thing is the digital copy of your preceptor's license. These all need to be in PDF, and you need to separate them. I know you have them all in a packet and for Sakai, but for this purpose, I want them separate. So you will go in here and you're going to find your document, whatever your license is, and you're going to put it here. Let's see here. Choose file. Okay. So here is your license. So again, when you say choose file, you will get a dialog box that pops up like this. And then you need to have all that information already saved somewhere on your desktop so that you can just click whichever one it is and put it right in there. So here's your preceptor CV, and the last thing is your preceptor's license verification, or your whichever one it is. Okay, oh, that's the third one. So this is your first thing that you will have to have is your preceptor's license verification. The second is the CV. The third thing that I want here, it's optional, and it states optional because this semester, again, is a transition semester. What I want here in this optional file, which must be completed, is your contract. So either want the LON or the 2-page here. So I'm just going to put in something random here, but so you can see what I'm doing. So here you go. So again, LON or 2-page goes here. Now, before you put this LON and 2-page in here, it must be signed by everyone. That is you. That is the preceptor. That is the agency person. That is your faculty. Do not upload this document, number one, in a packet. All of these must be single documents. Number two, do not upload this document if it's not signed by everyone. So once you have signed it once it's signed by everyone and you've done all this, you click submit. After you see that, you will see that you have a new clinical placement request. Okay? Now, what happens to it next is this request goes to your faculty's queue. So the faculty who has claimed you will go in and look at this and say, yeah, this looks good, and either click accept, or they will say, no, it's not, and they will click deny. If they deny it, they will put in a little dialogue message in this, and then it will go back to you. So you will get an email stating that you have a clinical placement request that's been denied. But you will also be able to go into this. Let's look at one that's been denied and see why. So if you look under the communication key here, that's where you will see it. I didn't put one in that one. Let's see one. I know that I did one of them, so bear with me just a second here. Let's go down here. Of course, not that one either. Maybe I deleted it. Hold on just a second. Okay, well, oh, here it is. So you'll see this message right here. It states, preceptor CV not uploaded. So when you have one that's denied, you can't go back in and edit it at this point. So what you will have to do, if you think, oh, that's right, I didn't do my CV, or I put the wrong document there, what you can do instead of having to do all this information again is just click clone this request. And when you click clone this request, all of this information will pop back in here, and then you just have to put in the correct documents. Just make sure all of these things are still correct, and then put in the correct documents, and then at the bottom click, request, save. And when you click save, it goes back into your queue as a pending request. So let's look here again, and you can see pending requests. Here's the one that I put in today, right here. This very last one I can tell because of the number. So this is where you will check on the status of your requests or what you need to do. If there's something that you need to do, let's say that faculty has signed it or something has happened, you can see here if faculty has approved it and it comes back to you, then there might be some things you need to do. There might be documents that you need to complete. And those documents you would pull over, download, complete them, and then put them into the Dropbox. There's also a communication key here. If you wanted to have any communication with clinical affairs or anyone about this request, you could just put in a comment here and click add comment. So that is for something that has already been approved. So again, don't get confused by this process. This is not how it's necessarily going to work in the future. In the future, you're going to do this before you have a contract. Right now, for this semester, you should all already have contracts. So for this semester, clinical affairs is our stamp of approval. Basically just means that we have received the information and we've looked at it. Your faculty are still approving you this semester. So bear with us because there might be a little bit of overlay, a little bit of people trying to figure out exactly what we're doing for the semester, and that is okay. One other thing, a quick thing I want to bring your attention to is the resources key here. First, the affiliation posting. This I am still building out, so do not look in here for your affiliations. Right now, please just don't go by this. We have thousands of affiliations, so it's going to take me a minute to build this out. So give me just a minute on this one. It will work in the future, but right now I just have a few things in there as I'm just trying to figure out this resource I've just built. So go down here under resources and you will see the things that are pertinent to you. I'm adding to this as we go, but right now your lists that you need to review are right here. Agency affiliation list or pending affiliation list. You can download either list and review them as necessary. These are the exact same lists that are on our College of Nursing webpage. And in fact, those lists will be going away in the future, so I want you to start getting used to looking at those here. Also, you can see your blank LON and 2-pager here, and then your clinical faculty and student requirements by state. Be sure that you have updated your profile appropriately. All of your information should be there, including your current licensure and CV and certification if you have any. If you do not upload this or update this, then you will not get placed. So make sure that you do that. Thank you all so much for working with us, bearing with us through this process. It takes a lot to go from a paper process to a digital process. We are hoping that in the short term, this will be a very positive change for both our students and our faculty. And I'm going to create a worksheet for this too with quick facts and how to go through this very quickly as well. But again, please, please, please do not respond to my email or email me with questions unless you have watched this video 4 or 5 times and you have talked to your faculty. There are thousands of you and one of me, so I really need you to look at this. If you have something or you come across something that is not working, I want you to go into the contact. Click here, and then you can go in and write whatever you need and click submit, and it will send me an email, and then we'll be able to look at your error and see what's going on. Thank you very much again for all of your time and attention. That is how we are going to do this process. For very specific processes related to your placement itself, you will still maintain your contact with your faculty for that information. This is just simply a place to house everything. So again, thank you all for your time and attention today. I look forward to this transition and making this process better for all of us. Have a blessed day.